It's a Friday night again, and that means it's time to make some videos. Actually, it's my excuse to get buzzed after working all weekend getting my groceries and bringing them all up the stairs and stuff. Well, I already had a gin and tonic to cool down after the exhausting task of bringing everything up the stairs. And now, well, it's my excuse to get buzzed, I suppose. I have a nice cold glass of water right here. And I will proceed with my first whiskey of the night. Now, since I had a gin and tonic, I thought I would segue into the whiskey realm a little more gradually than usual. Allow me to demonstrate. This here is the Forager Botanical Whiskey. It says on here, Canadian whiskey infused with wild-sourced botanicals. Niagara, Canada. Oh, does that mean it's... Well, I'm going to pour a dram. This bottle looks a lot like the kind of bottle that you get from Highwood. There's a Highwood bottle right here, the 90, and don't they look identical? And there's the Forager. But I'm going to have another, I'm going to look. The Highwood I'm saving for a little later. Another video in this series that I'm making this week. Yes, I'm putting together 4 videos this week, as I usually do. One goes up on Monday, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, and one on Sunday. Only to start all over again on Monday with another whiskey video. This even has the same synthetic cork that the Highwood 90 has. And the identical bottle, similar label, but this says Niagara. I wonder. Okay. It's 40% alcohol by volume. It's 750 mils. What does all this writing on the back say? It's really fine print. The Forager Botanical Whiskey is a light yet complex whiskey infused with wild-sourced Canadian botanicals. Ingredients: Canadian whiskey, natural botanicals, juniper berries, the spruce tips, mugwort, Labrador tea, and sweet fern. The Forager and tonic. 1 ounce Forager Botanical Whiskey, 3 ounces of tonic soda. Serve in a tall glass. I just did that with gin. And now this is a whiskey with botanicals. Okay. Let's see how this works. As is. This is the... Oh, look at that sheeting action go down and leaving little trails of droplets. Huh. Smells like a Canadian whiskey, and I would not be surprised. It says Niagara, Canada. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is coming from... Oh, wait. 40 Creek, it says on the bottom. 40 Creek, yeah, it's using the same bottle as... or similar bottle to 90. It looks almost like 90. But it's not from Highwood like 90 is. It's from 40 Creek. So 40 Creek and Niagara, yeah, 40 Creek is in the Niagara Peninsula. Smells like a corn whiskey. Corn whiskey. Corn whiskey. Smells like a straight corn whiskey, just like the 90 does. But if it's from 40 Creek, I'm sure that it's been distilled by 40 Creek. Just smells like straight corn whiskey, just like the 90. But it's bottled at 40%. Now, just to get this little detail out of the way here, Forager Botanical Whiskey, $34.99. So let's go $34.99. That's $3.50. Liquor tax plus $1.75. Goods and services tax plus 10-cent bottle deposit plus the grand price of $34.99. $34.99 is equal to $40.34. So for $40.35, you can walk out the door with this. Okay, good. Now that we got that out of the way, nosing is just giving me corn sweetness, corn whiskey, corn husks. I'm not getting any of the botanicals on the nose, but there's a hint of something. Maybe it's Labrador tea or mugwort or juniper berries. Maybe the nose of the whiskey overpowers the nose of the delicate botanicals. Okay. On the palate is where the botanicals come in. Interesting. It's like a corn whiskey mixed with gin. But the gin, the notes from the botanicals are not as sharp as if this was straight gin. The corn whiskey mellows the botanicals, and when I get back to the nose, I'm getting corn husks, corn sweetness, pure corn whiskey. And pure corn whiskey is a theme that's going to go through the videos this week. Just saying. Yes, in case you're wondering, this is a vintage Fat Aussie Bastard t-shirt from earlier days in YouTube. I don't know, I think I've had this thing for about 8 or 9 years. I won it in a contest. Didn't pay a dime for it. And it even says, Tefekwe, give me your wife, Fat Aussie Bastard. Well, I didn't have to give him my wife. You know the story. It's on the Lefroy 10, the go-to Isla whiskey. Okay. Yeah. Corn whiskey with botanicals. This might work well in a highball or with tonic. It can be enjoyed straight too. That is if you enjoy gin. Oh yeah, the burp, gin and tonic before, right? There's carbonation in the tonic water. That's where that comes from. Yeah, this is an interesting little thing. It's not something that I would reach for every day, but on occasion it would be a nice starter whiskey. Something to start a flight. If you don't want to start with gin, but you want to have something to refresh you a little bit, this and tonic would go very well. You could use it instead of gin to make a gin and tonic, or make a forager and tonic. Interesting curiosity. I wonder if anyone did it before 40 Creek, because it's an interesting little experiment. Yeah, you know, with every sip I take, the more I find it pleasant. This would be the whiskey to be drinking in summer. When it's warm out, throw a couple ice cubes in there. Ah, that would go good. That would go really good. Well, I'm glad I had an opportunity to try this curiosity. And what does our cheers box say today? Because I'm halfway between saying Slanchava, but it's not a Scotch, so you can't really do that. And I'm sort of on the line of saying, hey, haven't you had enough, mate? But no, it's not really like a gin, you know. So what does this thing say? Or you could go Dutch and say something like Proost. But this, what?
Cheers!
That'll work.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.